I'm trying to make it last. Love to see you with me.
What's good? So today we have a video on how to sound like Lil Peep. Recently, one of you guys hit me up and you asked me to make a video on how to sound like Lil Peep. Shout out to Iron Hyde, I believe his name was. So yeah, how to sound like Lil Peep, the Lil Peep vocal effect. I hope you guys enjoy, and rest in peace to Lil Peep. Now, I don't have the best rock band type voice, and Lil Peep has like a dark, sad, rock type rap vibe to his music. But I went ahead and gave it my best, and I tried to record my version of a Lil Peep type song. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I mixed it and give you that Lil Peep vocal effect. Now, I'm using Adobe Audition, and if you're using something else, it's fine. You can still use something else, and you can follow the steps. I'll still give you the steps on how to do everything. And yeah, so feel free to follow along if you're not using Adobe Audition. And if you are using Adobe Audition, then it should be easier for you. Now, Lil Peep has a distorted, reverby, wide, thick type sound. So that's kind of what we're going for. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I can make you rich, but I can't make it back. I can make you this, and I can make you die. Life is moving quick, I'm trying to make it last. Love to see you with me, I hate to see you sad. I can make you rich, but I can't make it back. I can make you this, and I can make you die. Life is moving quick, I'm trying to make it last. Love to see you with me, I hate to see you sad. I can make you rich.
Alright, so here's the session. I'm using Adobe Audition to record in and to mix in. And these are my vocals that you just heard. Now, these are the same 4 bars repeated twice. And the reason why this is on a separate track is because I added some background vocals and it gets louder. So I put it on a separate track and I turned it down a little bit. And then I have Ad-libs, which I'm just echoing myself. If you hear it, you will see.
But I can't make it back. I can make you this, and I can make you die.
Now for these 2 tracks, I have the exact same effects on, and for the backgrounds, they're a little bit different, and I'm going to get into that. Now, the first thing I do for any track, I turn my beat down first to about -5. To between -5 and -10, I turn my beat down. It depends on the beat or the song. Now for this one, I have it at -5.3, and this will leave room for your vocals and leave room for the effects. You don't want everything at 0, because when you start adding effects to your vocals and everything, it's going to be amplified and it's going to be above 0, and it's going to start sounding distorted. So turn it down and give some room for your vocals and for your effects. Next, I have my EQ. And all I did here is just cut the low end off to about 217 hertz. And this will make sure your vocals aren't too muddy, too thick, and they'll fit nicely into the beat. If you listen to Drake's vocals, they're like cut like this, or like the Weeknd's, they're cut a lot. And it kind of gives you like a radio effect the more you do that. But you just kind of want to find like the nice medium for it. If you do it too much, you'll get that radio effect, and you don't really want that. Next, we have some auto-tune. Now, it's not really like auto-tune. I don't have no T-Pain, no robotic sound on it. It's just some subtle pitch correction. And yeah, if you don't know how to use auto-tune, just kind of play around with the scale and the key, and you'll find one that kind of sounds good. Now, if it's in the wrong one, it'll kind of sound something like this.
Yeah, I can make you rich, but I can't make it back.
And if it's in the right one, it'll sound something like this.
Yeah, I can make you rich, but I can't make it back.
Which still doesn't sound the best, but hey, I'm not the best singer. But you get the point. Just play around with them and you'll find one that sounds good. And you'll notice when it's not good, hopefully. Then we have a de-esser. The de-esser will take away the S's. That's why it's called a de-esser. And then I'm pretty sure I have a male voice de-esser on here, and I just moved this back to about like the 10,000 hertz area, because that's where a lot of your S's are. Come on. There we go. De-esser. Now, if you don't have Adobe, most programs have EQs. Most programs have auto-tune. and most programs have de-essers. And if you don't have auto-tune in your program, which actually some programs don't have auto-tune, you can download Inquires auto-tune and you'll still get the same type of effect, or a de-esser. So these are still things you can get in other programs. Then we have like our first Lil Peep type effect. Is my isotope ozone 5 exciter. This is like a distortion effect, because like I said before, Lil Peep has like distortion in his vocals or on his vocals, and the distortion kind of goes good with the guitar. So distortion effect, isotope ozone 5 exciter. Now if you don't have this, then you can go on Google and type in like saturation plugin or distortion plugin, and that will give you the same type of effect. I'm just gonna save this quick and show you guys what this does. Now if I solo this,
Yeah, I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad. I can make you live, and I can make you die. Life is moving quick. I'm trying to make it last. Love this.
you can take it off, and then there'll be no distortion.
I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad. I can make you live.
Sometimes I like to leave them all off and just turn the high one up, and it'll kind of give you like a breathy sound. But yeah. For this one, these are my settings: isotope ozone 5, distortion type plugin. Next we have a compressor. Now this comes with Adobe. I'm using a classic Softney compressor. Pretty basic. Then we have another compressor. Now this is the Isotope Alloy 2 plugin. This does not come with Adobe. I'm using the Smooth Female Vocal Sizzle. And yeah, these are my settings for this. And then we have another compressor. Now I forget the preset I use for this, but these are my settings. Feel free to copy them. And yeah. So we have an EQ, we have some auto-tune, we have a de-esser, we have distortion, we have 3 compressors, and then we're going to get into our next Lil Peep type effect. The compressors and the auto-tune and de-esser and the EQ is kind of normal. The distortion, the surround sound, and the reverb is the Lil Peep type effects. So next we have our stereo expander. This is like the surround sound. This is going to make your vocals pan out to the left and right speakers more, and yeah, give you that surround sound type effect. And this comes with Adobe, and I have it cranked all the way as wide as possible to give you that surround sound type effect. Now if you're not using Adobe and you don't have this, then look for like a coarse flanger type plugin, and that will give you the same type of effect. Like if I go to modulation, you'll see coarse flanger, and this will do the same thing. It'll kind of spread your vocals out to the left and right speakers and give you that like surround sound type effect. And then next we have some Isotope Ozone 5 reverb. I'm using the plate reverb, and I'm using a lot of reverb, more than usual. Lil Peep has a lot of reverb on his vocals, so we're using a lot of reverb. And yeah, these are my settings, and that's that. And then we have some delay. Now this is like echo, and the echo is really subtle. I don't have a lot of echo on it, so yeah, these are my settings for that. This does not come with Adobe. This is a plugin, a UAD plugin, a universal audio plugin, precision delay, and yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it for the effects here. So we have some EQ, we have some auto-tune, we have a de-esser, we have distortion, a compressor, some surround sound type effect, reverb, and some echo, delay. Now the Lil Peep effects are like the distortion, the surround sound type effect, and lots of reverb. So if you guys can EQ your vocals, put a little tuning on there, get some distortion on there, get that surround sound type effect, and get lots of reverb on your vocals, then you pretty much got a Lil Peep type effect. Now, like I said, for this track right here, I do have the exact same effects on. And for my ad-libs, I have more reverb and I have more auto-tune. Now, I have another auto-tune plugin on here, so we have like 2 auto-tunes. This is Inquires Auto-tune. I'll leave links below if you want to get some Inquires Auto-tune. These are my settings. Again, if you just play around with the scales, you'll find a setting that's right for you. And every beat's different, so don't think you're gonna find a pitch and be like, oh, minor G is my pitch for every song. Every single song is gonna be different. So yeah, I just want to say that. When I first found autotune, I found a pitch. It was like minor D, I think it was, or something. And I was like, minor D is my pitch. Like, that's what pitch my voice is in. It's like, no, every single song is different, and you'll find that out. We have more autotune, and then I have more reverb. I brought the reverb up even more for the ad-libs. And then I have this chorus effect by Waves. Now, the chorus effect is kind of like adding more vocals to my voice without me doing it myself. Like, as you guys can see, I have 4 vocals here. I was going for that chorus effect. I wanted to add more vocals to make it thick and spread it out to both speakers. Now, this plugin will kind of do that for you without you having to record more vocals. And then my bus track. Now, a bus track, if you don't know what a bus track is, instead of me just adding effects to every single one of these tracks, I'm connecting these vocals to a bus track, adding the effects to the bus track, which is applying the exact same effects to these tracks, if that makes any sense. And then my background vocals, I have one pan left and one pan right, and then I have one in the middle, and then my main vocals in the middle. And then I have the EQ for the ad-libs, cut the low end off. EQ for the backups, cut the low end off. I brought the highs up a little bit too. And then I have a master track, and then I just kind of played with the EQ for the master track. If you guys play with the EQ for your master track.
Make it last, love to see you with me. I hate to see you shine. I can make you rich, but I can't.
This is kind of affecting the whole entire beat. Now, the reason I did this is because it kind of just felt like it was too much. Like, there was too much bass. It kind of seemed like I have a lot of effects. I have distortion. I have tons of reverb. I have compression. I have like 3 compressors. So like, there's a lot of effects on here, and this sounded like it was too much. So I just kind of brought the levels down. And yeah, this is like my master EQ. So this is affecting everything, the vocals and the beat. This multi-band EQ thing is not even on the track, so don't mind that. I have it turned off. So like I said before, EQ, auto-tune, distortion, compression, surround sound, chorus type effect, and lots of reverb, and that will give you the Lil Peep type of effect. So the last thing I would want to do now is master my song. So I'm going to go ahead and export this in WAV format. You should go follow my Instagram, by the way. If you haven't followed my Instagram, you should go follow my Instagram. I'm slacking on my Instagram, and I definitely need to work on my Instagram. And yeah, you should go follow my Instagram. And give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. And comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and it's done. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so here's my song, my Lil Peep type song right here.
And I can make you die. Life is moving quick. I'm trying to make it last. Love to see you with me.
So now what I would do, or what I did, or what we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna show you is we're gonna master it. We're gonna add some more effects to it. Now what I like to do is add my mastering plugin by Isotope Ozone 5. I'm using this preset called Electro and Dance Rock Master Boost and Stereo Imaging. So these are my settings, and this is affecting everything.
But I can't make it back. I can make you this, and I can make you die. Life is.
Now this is the preset I already made for the song when I was mixing it earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK, export, not export, but OK, enter, render, whatever button I hit. Now, as you can see, the vocal wave has blown up, and it's a lot bigger now. Now, this is another reason I turned the beat down at the beginning of the session to like -5 or -10, is because I want to add the effects to the vocals, and I want to master the song when I'm finished. And this leaves room for all of that. So we pretty much just mastered the song. And then I have another mastering plugin over here. This is adding a couple more effects. We have some more saturation, a little bit more like distortion type effect, you'll see.
I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad. I can make you this, and I can.
If you find the right setting, it sounds nice. And then we have the widener, which is gonna widen everything, give you that surround sound type effect. Turn that up a little bit. Then the loudness maximizer, it's gonna make things a little bit louder. Turn that up a little bit. And the output gain, I turned that up a little bit. And I brought down the highs a tiny bit. Now let's say you don't have the isotope plugin. Like if you're just using Adobe, you can use this multi-band compressor. This thing works sick. Works sick. Works awesome, dude.
I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad. I can make you this, and I can make you die. Life is moving quick. I'm trying to make it last. Love to see you with me. I hate to see you sad. I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad. I can make you this, and I can.
And it's, yeah, it blows it up, as you guys can see. But there's still other things you can use without having to use the isotope. You can use this mastering plugin right here. This mastering plugin I use comes with Adobe, so if you want to use this, you can use this if you have Adobe. It's a stock plugin. If you go to effects and go to special, you'll see mastering. Before.
I'm trying to make it last.
After.
Love to see you with me. I hate to see you sad. I can make you rich.
And it blew the wave up again. So after you're done mixing the song, make sure you master your song. And my camera has died. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to show you guys that last thing. Don't forget to master your songs. I have a mastering video if you want to see it. Links below. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. Let me know what you want to see next. I think I'm going to do a Juice WRLD video next. We'll see. Let me know what you want to see. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like 90% of you guys are apparently not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon with another video. Peace out.
I can make you rich, but I can't make it bad.